How would you classify or define a friend in your life? What makes a random stranger suddenly become a person that you could never imagine not being in your life? And these are some questions that I've been asking myself over the last few days because I'm in the process of making new friends and discovering new friends in the new place that I live. And with all of my previous friends that I currently have, I started to think back about the times when I met them, the things we did together to become friends, and then just suddenly you realize that you're friends now. And it's a very curious thing. It's like love. You don't have a single moment with someone that you love in your life where you say, "Okay, I love this person now." And it's something that takes time. It's something that grows inside of you and inside the other person as well because it has to be for both ways. But it started to make me think about this topic, and that's why I wanted to make this video today. With the first question that came into my mind being, what makes someone from a random encounter you might have turn into someone that you know or like? And you can start to answer this by first saying you met them enjoying a common hobby, let's say. You met them at a sport, you met them at a club or activity that you like attending, and little by little or day by day, um, you get to know each other. You let them know a little bit more about yourself. They let you know a little bit about themselves, and over time, with the shared experiences of doing the sport, of studying something, or just going to school, for example. In school, we make a lot of friends because we spend 8 hours of our days with that person. And the shared experiences over time is something extremely powerful. And over time, with those experiences, you start to learn a little bit more in depth about them, and they learn about you, and it just builds up over time. It's something that occurs naturally if once we're exposed to someone for a prolonged period, and it's kind of hard to not become friends with someone that you spend a lot of time with. It's extremely difficult if you think about it. But then I started to ask myself, okay, well, you met them, and over a period of time with the things that we talked about, how does this person suddenly become important to you? Because that's a big distinction, I would say. It's you know someone and you know some things about their life, you share common hobbies, but what needs to happen to make you care about someone else? And it's the same thing. It's shared experiences over time. It can be good experiences, bad experiences, stressful or tough, or things that need to. You had a big project. Let's say you're a student and you're stuck with someone for your class group, and you need to have a big project. And over the course of a month or two, you work on this project and you're stressed about it, and you create ideas together, and those shared experiences over time start to build trust. And I think that's one of the most important things about a friendship or any type of relationship, I would say, is that building of trust through actions that you can do with one another or you do for them. It can start out small and reach extremely large trusting actions. And sharing is also something that is important to me and for all relationships, I would say, is you sharing something personal to you. You can share an experience, a trauma, or something that happened to you that made you think a certain way, feel a certain way, or caused you to be the person that you are today. And that gives them more context to the person that you are, and it gives them more context to create that character, that person in their mind about who you are. And having that trust to share something, for example, that a relative died, or something sad or tragic happened in your past that made you who you are, and also having that trust that they can give their insight on what you shared. They can just listen and be a shoulder to cry on. That's perfectly okay. But also having that closeness between two people, where one can share something and the other can acknowledge you and say, I hear you, I see you, and this is what I think, or this is what I see it as. And having that open-mindedness, because listening to other people's words about your situation and your things, and being open to receiving those words, is something that can only be achieved through trust and through building a relationship with someone where you can rely on them and you want to receive their input in the things that you do in your life. And you can have friends for years and years, or maybe even having a friend for a month or 6 months for a certain class, or you go to an internship in another country and you have to come back, but you made someone there. You made a friend there. That's what I think makes friends and relationships so valuable and so curious, I would say, is also a good word to describe it, because it's something that we humans value so biologically, and it's so ingrained in our human nature to build a community and be social and have people in your life, because we're not meant to be alone. I think we all have noticed that we don't thrive when we're alone. We don't do as well when we're just walking our own path and not having even family by our side. But that also got me thinking about losing friends, because I've made lots of friends in my life, but I've also lost some. It can be through time, because over time you grew apart. Maybe it's distance wise, where somebody moved to another town. I, for example, moved to another country. And over time you just start speaking less and less. And it got me thinking about what makes losing a friend so painful and so nostalgic, I would say also. Is, first of all, you lose a person that you confided in tough times. It can be as simple as, like we said before, a group project where it was stressful and maybe they calmed you down and they say, oh, we can do this, and found a solution while you were stressing in your mind. It's also losing a person that was like a little corner of the world that where you could enjoy yourself and you felt safe in. And maybe being in their house on their couch and just spending time with them was one of the greatest experiences of your life, because you truly enjoyed it, and you were yourself and you felt completely safe there. Maybe you had great conversations. Maybe the ideas in their mind were so incredibly important to you because it changed your mindset, or maybe it changed your lifestyle. Maybe because of a random thing they said one day, you were able to realize some solutions to problems you had in your life, and you don't want to remove that from yours. And I think the most important thing, and something that is so hugely like I said before, it's so hugely ingrained and it's so important to us is memories. And I think losing a friend or someone dying or someone not being in your life anymore is such a profound feeling that we can experience because it's the feeling that you're not able to make more memories with them, but losing that person automatically makes you feel three times the nostalgia, or makes you feel two times the sadness, and all the emotions are multiplied about all the memories that you do have. And memories are so incredible to me sometimes when I think about them because they truly transcend what time is all about. Because you can think of a memory about 20 years ago, or maybe you're not that old, and maybe from primary school or the first friends you have. And things that happened years and years ago still create emotions in the present day, still make you feel, and they can even make you do things in the present day. And encompassing all of that, losing someone disrupts that ability to make more of those moments in your mind with them. And I think it creates a certain longing to feel alive in our bodies and in our minds. And it kind of goes with the saying that you don't know you're in the good days until you leave them. And I think with friends and relationships, it's a constant present thing to feel like that because just having someone and being able to create memories and moments and laughing and being happy or sad with someone are the good times and the golden days, because whenever that moment hits when you don't have that ability anymore, everything in your mind changes regarding those memories and that person. So it's something that has been on my mind, and I'm currently in the process of finding new people. And I know you can't just go out looking and say, oh, you're going to be my friend. It's someone you need to spend time with and someone you need to socialize with. But all this got me to thinking to what I said in the beginning of the video, where all of these things that need to happen, and sometimes with relationships, it's letting it flow. It's letting life and time do its thing. If you spend time with someone and if you participate in that time with someone, that you share with someone, becoming friends is gonna be natural. It's gonna become a part of your story. So friends are extremely important in our lives, and having healthy relationships is also something that we need to strive for, because as we get older, I would say, and everyone starts to walk their own path of life. And for me, example, I moved somewhere else, and my friends back home probably have all these feelings that I just talked about me, because I'm not spending my time with them anymore. I will eventually go back, and maybe I'll visit them soon, but that feeling is still going to be there, and it's still going to be a feeling that they can't make more memories with me in the current time, in the present time. And it's tough to think about, but it's also a chance for you to say, okay, well, I'm not, if I still participate and be active, I can still have their friendship and make some new ones. And it's something to keep safe within your heart and soul. And I think it's great for your mind and your body and your well-being to have those friends and relationships. And That's what I think. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.